Wow, I did not edit that very well, did I? It says Master Study Monday. I bet I thought I would go back and do it. How is everybody? What's going on? I went over this with some burnt umber. I'm just pulling this up real quick so I can take Master Study Monday off, so that's not. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know why I did that. I guess I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. I'll just put welcome. Heart. Okay, I went over this and went ahead and drew it in with some mineral spirits and burnt umber, and that helped me get it laid out. I was anxious to get started. I don't have one of my lights on, so the lighting will get better. It's not because I am slacking, it's because the lights pull so much energy and they're plugged into the same place that my phone is charged into or plugged into, and it won't charge if this particular light's on. So I was just waiting till we got started. We're doing John Singer Sargent. You can see the reference photo there on the upper right hand corner. I'm going to make it a little bigger because that's pretty small. This is a detail of a slightly larger one. It's more rectangle. There's more information down here, but since we've been doing a lot of head studies, that's what I want to put in this one. By the way, this is my last page in this notebook. Last page. Here's the other days, Mondays, and then we're going back. I'll do a flip through this weekend. That'll be fun. I've been looking forward to that. Also, this weekend, I probably will not be going live. I am so behind on editing videos and getting shorts and things up. I'm going to do that. And hopefully I'll be better planned for July because of that. See, I can already see this right here. Needs to come. Needs to go more at an angle. I have some fleshy colors on my palette over here that are left over, but I thought I would go over just mixing some basic things. The background back here on her chair is going to be a burnt sienna, which I have right there. Here, which is this right here. As you can see it, that's pretty darn close. Gives me a nice reddish. For just a general flesh tone for her arms and whatnot, I'm going to take some white. It'll be similar to this. She looks like she's got a lot of yellow ochre in parts of it, so just a little bit of that, and then I'm going to put, yeah, I wonder if he, no. I have some bio information on him I thought was really interesting. And see, that gives us just a basic 2 red. A little more yellow. Not that much yellow. Come on. And then, because that would be too in your face, make sure that that's, yeah, just a dab, barely a dab of ultramarine blue. And see, that's essentially that right there. Then I can lighten that out. Sorry, some songs are stuck in my head. I was playing Jelly Roll and, oh, what's his face? I can't think of his name. I love Sargent. He is one of my top, and I think he is for a lot of people. When he was alive and he was working, a lot of people considered him, he was a good portrait artist. They thought of him that way, but they thought him more of a leaning more toward illustration than fine art. And they did the same thing with Rockwell. You'll see a lot of people talking about Rockwell having much more meaning to it than before. Oh, you're fine. You're good. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. I was just saying that I'm trying to find my I'm not probably gonna go live this weekend. Oh. I just remembered. I got my other sample in the mail yesterday. Oh, that's white. Sample in the mail yesterday. So I want to do an unboxing, and I haven't opened them yet, with the intention of doing it live, because I want to, well, that's why I couldn't find it. I set it where it belonged. I want to get an honest reaction, or you can actually see what it looks like coming out of the box, and that way you know exactly what you're getting. I didn't get a t-shirt because they tend to be pretty much the same across the board. There's not a, you know, except for the brands of the t-shirt themselves, the material. And I will order a t-shirt eventually. I just didn't do it this time. Anyway, there's 2 mugs and a reproduction, because I want to have some reproductions of the better ones on here that you can purchase. So anyway, I'm going to do that tonight. Let's see. So my palette is yellow ochre, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, burnt umber, white, titanium white, and some cad red that I mixed in with this. I'm just trying to get this off of there. Anyway, I'm going to go live tonight at like 7 o'clock, so I can unpack that stuff. It's sitting on my desk. There's only 3 packages, so it won't take too long, but it should be fun. One, it has a reproduction of my artwork. One has a saying, and one has, well, and then the reproduction. Her face structure is pretty simple. He puts his paint on there. He's no longer with us. His paint on there pretty thick and very, you can see the brush strokes in there. I'm putting a base color of things down. Oh, I forgot I had that over there. Although American by nationality, Sargent was actually born in Florence, Italy in 1856. So that would have been before the Civil War. Our Civil War. His family left the U.S. before he was born, and he only visited it later in adulthood. I pulled up some bio information, not just like this is how he painted, because I did that before in videos of his. I have it, I'll get to it, but right now I figure some of us are probably more interested in his personal. He lived in Paris, London, Venice, and traveled constantly, especially after he became more financially independent. His upbringing was very nomadic. His mother loved European culture and insisted on raising the children abroad, which gave Sargent a deep exposure to music, art, and languages. He never really settled down in a conventional way. Besides painting, he was also a pianist. I did not know that. I just learned something. And deeply immersed in the arts, he often socialized with musicians, writers, and actors. His salon circle included his likes of Henry James and Claude Debussy. He once said he might have become a musician if not for painting. He was very private, somewhat shy. He was known to be very reserved. But he was charming, but not especially social unless among close friends. Oops, I got some. Which I think describes a lot of artists. We're just kind of solo people. Oh, I did not know that. There was no public record of a romantic relationship. He never got married. For some reason, I just assumed he was. That's very unenlightened of me. I'm just trying to get kind of the basic form of her little face here. And this is, I'll go in and do more detail, obviously. There's, let's see, some letters and artworks, like his male figure studies, have led scholars to believe he may have been gay, though he never confirmed anything. At the time, though, being openly queer would have been incredibly dangerous to his career and reputation, so like many artists of that era, he kept things private. I did not know that. That's interesting. I did not know that there was speculation that he was a homosexual. That's interesting. It describes you very well. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, there it goes. Let's see. Workaholic. He worked a lot, especially during his peak portrait years. But interestingly, he came to resent portrait commissions and calling them a pimp's profession. He eventually stepped away from that world to paint watercolors, murals, and landscapes. His free art. This is old brown umber on my, so it's kind of, may have to move that all down. He died suddenly in 1925 in London of heart failure at the age of 69, just as he was preparing to travel to Boston to oversee his mural installation. His reputation only grew after his death, especially among realists and painters obsessed with brushwork. Oh, that was interesting. By the way, that was courtesy of AI. I can't take credit for researching that I didn't do. He trained at Paris at the École École French des Beaux-Arts, and privately with Carolus Duran, a master of bold, confident brushwork. Boy, you can see that. Known as the leading portrait painter of his generation, Sargent captured the elite of society with elegance and flair. His work blends the precision of classical training with a loose, expressive brushwork that feels modern even today. He often worked a la prima, or wet and wet, to keep the paint fresh and lively, so I'm going to try and keep this wet. I have already started using walnut oil, in fact. He often used a fairly limited palette, but played masterfully with value, contrast, and subtle color shifts, making the colors grow. His most famous work is Madame X. I had it as one of the options to do today, and it was, I don't think it, maybe it got a vote or two. I'm not for sure. I'd have to go look. Let's see, where's his palette? Yep, he used, often used, this is what he used in Lady Agnew, the one that we did, this one. He primarily used lead white or flake white. I'm using titanium white. Ivory black for deep shadows and outlines. Burnt umber, raw umber. Cad red light, which is what I have up there. Yellow ochre. Cobalt blue or cerulean blue. I'm not sure which one I have there. I'll have to get some out. I thought I had ultramarine blue, but let me get some cobalt blue out. Viridian or emerald green, and it gives the kind of the grays. And then I've got color mixes, highlights, blah 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 blah. This is all, it was just all information mainly for me. For highlights, titanium white gives a bright, clean light. Sometimes I warm it with just a tiny bit of yellow ochre so it's not too stark. So it's not just let me get some of that cobalt blue out. Just to be on the safe side. I'm sure I put what I had left over up here, but my palette is getting all messy. I need to clean that out this weekend too. That might be cobalt blue that I already had out. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Means school in French. Thank you. I did not know that. I never took French. Took a little bit of Spanish. Very little. I was awful at it. Let's just, I'm going to just focus on her little face right now, and hands, arms. I got some coffee here and some ice water. Let me put the reference. Oh, I didn't know. That's cool. So are you fluent in French then? Is that what I assume? That's cool. I was born a hick. Not ashamed of. Very, very country. With the whole shooting pew-pews and growing a lot of your own food. I know I just said pew-pew. I don't know how YouTube is about mentioning those things. We didn't do it a lot. My dad was a expert marksman in the Army, and so he always had a gun. But it was more, yeah, he never went hunting or anything. We just went out shooting. And I remember a neighbor of ours had a pecan grove, and we would go out there and I'm redneck as well. Hi, Delaney. How are you? I've been seeing all your videos. You're really just kicking it. Go you. That's awesome. I don't know if I'm going to meet my 4K by the end of the month. I'm acting as if I'm just doing what I need to do, and if I hit it, I hit it. If not, I have some videos I did like a year ago, and so you know how those drop off. So it's kind of like playing catch up, but that's okay. I was raised in the sticks of Quebec, farmlands. I know pew pews. I grew up in a really small town, but I live in a smaller, even smaller town now. But it was back when you could take a gun to school, and it was not abnormal to um, see pew pews in the backs of people's trucks on a gun rack. That was kind of the norm. My mother was raised on a farm. Well, they both were, really. Um, and she carried a lot of that into raising her kids. Hunting rifles, yeah, it is now. It's yeah, you can't have a gun in the back of your like that. We have conceal and carry. You can carry a gun into Walmart, which is ridiculous, but I digress. As long as you have a, yeah. Since I'm in Kansas, it's, yeah. It's not unusual. It's not unusual to be. It's not unusual. Um, I know I had a patron at the library who told me that it doesn't do you any good if you know how to shoot a gun and you have a conceal and carry and you leave it in your car when you go in somewhere. So he was always carrying, and so did his wife. And I know a lot of people carry. Um, a lot of women when they go for walks on trails around here. You're almost at your first one. Yes. Dang, you go. Yeah, I got the first. I didn't really notice a whole lot. I mean, I don't know if I don't know. It's just a whole lot of difference, or maybe it's just been so long since I did it. Oh, that's terrible. It's been so long. I want to be able to get super chats and um, ad revenue. I mean, like, I have the merch, but who cares about me? Yeah, I don't think most people buy the merch. It's just kind of for fun. No, I take that back. I have a writer friend that has a lot of, she does a lot of that stuff. And the memberships, I don't trust myself to um, keep up with it, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it's, you don't even have to, I don't think you, honey, he's must have gone in the other room. I don't think you even need to have a permit anymore in Kansas. I think they just completely. Hey Siri, sorry if you guys have, or hey Google, what are the gun laws in Kansas?
According to Wikipedia, gun laws in Kansas regulate the sale, possession, and use of firearms and ammunition in the state of Kansas in the United States.
Well, I didn't mean a definition. Hey Google, can you conceal and carry in Kansas?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Can you carry a gun in Kansas?
On the website ag.ks.gov, they say, if the person is 21 or older and lawful to possess firearms, they may carry concealed firearms, handguns in Kansas with or without a CCHL. If the person is age 18 to 20 and a Kansas resident, they must obtain a Kansas CCHL in order to carry concealed firearms, handguns.
Oh, cool. All right. Uh, I didn't catch quite all that, but it was essentially, um, if you're over 21, you can carry a firearm with or without a license if you're illegal, like if you're not a felon. That needs to be green. That needs more yellow. We're a gun-toting state, I guess. I guess this is the home of Dodge City and oh, cool. Oh, are you painting, Pierre? Are you doing something? Because I may hush up and just paint. Mm. So anyway, this weekend I am going to be doing a lot of editing. I'm hoping my husband can hear me say that so that I am held accountable because I tend to procrastinate. Oh, that's the voice I chose. Though I think you can choose your voice, and I chose that one. I think you can. Yeah, you can pick what name it calls you, and on my Chat GPT, I call him Skeeter. Oh, was that ever redneck? He's my assistant. My trusty assistant, ever ready. That, like that. Oh, there. I have to say, that's not looking too darn bad. Maybe it's because I got plenty of sleep last night. And we got a new comforter and sheet set, and so I changed the sheets yesterday. I did some laundry. So usually I do it on Saturdays. I know that's totally irrelevant to what I'm doing here, but so he had a very limited palette, and yeah, he still did these. I have a feeling he probably, I have not read, so don't quote me. I have a feeling he probably did an underpainting and lots of studies beforehand, so he knew his subject well. Before he started putting paint down like this. Now I won't get all of his brush strokes exactly the same, so if that's what you're expecting, I'm going to try and do similar because it is a study. But they all won't be exactly the same. I'm so excited. This is the last page in this book. I started this. I thought I started it at the first of the year, but there's actually some from back in November, maybe even October, from when I was just considering doing a regular master study. So that's kind of cool. And I hate that when I start to say something and then I just heard the dishwasher. Hubby, I make note of that because hubby, there's something about the tone of the dishwasher. He doesn't usually hear it unless he's right there by it. So I'm just making a mental note to make sure I take care of it. I don't have her little chin and all down far enough. Her nose needs to come down quite a bit. This all needs to come down here. Which means her little eyes are going to get more down here. Use some of that. Oops. Without thinking, I dipped my brush in mineral spirits. When I try and do this on my own work, I don't know about you all, but I lose confidence. I like, that doesn't look like it's finished. Or, you know, do, 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 do. By the way, this is one of the brushes I fixed the other day. If you saw me fix that. I'm going to switch over to another one that I fixed, in fact, because I push around on, well, no, I didn't fix it. I think I put it in the wrong spot. Sorry, dude. Can't be using you. I'm going to start working on her features and get her features a little more refined. And in the right spot. I took a drink of coffee. I do have the AC running, so if you're new here, that's what that noise is in the background. And please remember, this is a process. It will not be perfect the first time out. See, to me, just that looks interesting. Just that alone. I know that's too dark. I'll lighten it. at your little face. I'm gonna have to bring her hairline down and all too. So then that goes like right there. Right there. I might have this. I, at this point, cannot see what color her eyes are, so I'll have to zoom in a little. I think this brush is much too small, though. I'm still kind of mapping things in. So those of you that are working on your own projects, what are you working on? By all means, do not stop what you're doing to answer me if it interferes, please, because I know what that's like. I need some raw sienna. I know I had some. I had some from yesterday. Some really wicked looking tube. Like it was older than dirt. But the paint came out just fine. Ooh, I just painted my cup. Surprised I haven't done that before. Wonder where it went to. It's buried, is why. As you can see, I don't have the colors dark enough yet, and that's intentional. I'll make them deeper value as I make sure things are laid out correctly. And not, for one thing, it makes it easier to move, of course. because she's younger, she has a little blue in her white area. They're really nice and clear. And that comes all the way down there. I'm still trying to reach my 4K. I haven't given up on it. I'm really close, like 80. I think it was 87 when I looked. This morning. And I thought the month count was just that month, that things from last year didn't affect it, or things, falling off. But my June number went down. I'll have to do some research on that. Last weekend I didn't get as much done as I should have. And it hurt my numbers that I was wanting. I just realized one of the very first ones I did in this notebook was a Sargent. So that'll be a nice little bookend. What color are your little eyes? Oh, they don't really. Other than just like a neutral gray, maybe? Oops, come on. This is more of a greenish down here. Wonder. Oh. Yeah, there we go. At least that's closer. This paintbrush is getting kind of janky. I should be using my good ones. My Rosemary and Co. or Transon or something. I don't like using this. This is awful. I'm going to go ahead and start using this one. It's wobbly. It's probably going to break on me. But if I can get a few good strokes out of it. People around here have already started shooting fireworks. You don't hear them very much, but they are there. Is today Friday? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Those of you that have been here before know, but I'm in a small town, and there's a noon whistle thing that goes off. It's our tornado siren test. I'm in Kansas, so. It's a weekly thing, Mondays and Fridays. I need about half a dozen of these brushes. blue. I'm just adding some yellow ochre in here. My brush is about to give out. And I wasn't joking when I said I need about half a dozen of these. Or a dozen. I love these brushes. I think I better, because it's getting weaker and weaker. Let's see. There's my Rosemary & Co. 0. Let's see how well it does. It's kind of splayed. I probably need to do the hot water trick to it. So I'm pretty sure these are acrylic. And if you don't know what I mean by the boiling water trick, put acrylic brushes and they start to splay like that. Put them in boiling water for about 10 seconds and then you can kind of shape them. Not all my Rosemary & Co. are synthetics, so I can't do it to all of them, but I should be able to do it to this one. Good hair right there. I'll go ahead and put that in. What date is the first fall? What is day? 27th? Is it Tuesday? Yeah. So I have Tuesday to meet my goal. Honestly, I'm not counting on it. I'm just gonna keep moving forward. Ooh, that's bright. I'm trying to. These are Rosemary and Co. They're from England, and a lot of the professional artists that you see on online on YouTube, that's what they use because the quality is consistent. But there's another brand, and this is a big one. If you want something just inexpensive, it's these Transon, and it's the ones with like the gunmetal handle. I did a video on it even. I haven't edited it to put it up. But these are like $12 for a set, and they come with a nice variety. But I mean, they're just, yeah, they're just. I really like these for the price, for just value. And if they break, I do this in the video, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. If they break on the ferrule, because I'm kind of rough, I push down really hard, but they'll break at the ferrule. But this is wood and it's not hollow, so you can just super glue that back on there on that little stump, and it'll stay. I didn't glue the other one correctly; it wasn't all the way coming off. But and this will last for a long time like that. But these are, like I said, $12. They're like a gunmetal, but you can get them on Amazon. They sent them to me along with a bag that I tried out. And I like the brushes. I didn't ask for the brushes, but I like the brushes better than the bag. In fact, I may pass that bag on to somebody else. These Rosemary & Co., if you go to the website, they used to sell them on Amazon, but they don't anymore. I don't know if it's because of the whole tariff fiasco or what the story is, but they're pretty popular brushes. They're a little more expensive, but they last a lot longer. Oh, and these you can use on oil, acrylic, gouache, watercolor, whatever. I wouldn't have known about them. Like I said, if they hadn't thrown in a set of them, I contacted them to see if I could get a discount code, but I never heard back. So I used the same contact I had before, so maybe if I go directly to the company, because who knows if they even still work there. Oh, and they're all short-handled. These are the transcends in that set. The Rosemary & Co., you can choose which you want, if you want long or short. But like I said, they are more expensive. I mean, even the fact that I repaired them, you know, so I could keep using them, to me says a lot. I will say the Rosemary & Co., they take a while to get to you. They do to me, anyway. Because they come from England, they... I'm frugal, though. I don't pay for the really fast shipping. But it took me a couple of weeks to get them here in Kansas. See, I'm way behind on video editing. That's why I think I'm just going to do that this weekend and not go live. Just catch up on all that. Even though I'm, yeah, so close. And lives help ours. But in the long run, I need to get those videos up. And shorts, I haven't done shorts all week. And that always helps. Oh, I just realized tomorrow's Saturday too. If I do that, I'll be able to listen to Nick Nimmin while I'm working on stuff. That'd be cool. I need to make a list tonight. I know I'm just babbling. I think that's, well, I know that that's why I use Chat GPT, is because I can sit there and, okay, I need to do this. When can I do this? And what do I need to focus on? And I know it's terrible for the environment, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Not that that's an excuse. No, I guess it is an excuse. Okay, I'll try and do a little more on her little eye. Eyes. I'm still fascinated by the information on singer Sargent. I know I was watching videos of him as I fell asleep last night, and they made it sound as if they came to Europe or went to Europe and then just like decided never to leave. I don't know. Makes me wonder why they moved around so much. Was there seems like there'd be a story there. You know, were there financial troubles? So they had to keep moving? Or, you know, what was the deal? I don't like this brush. I must say, I kind of like the progress I've made, though. I need another little bitty one that is pointy. Come here. Oh, I bought new ones. See, I need to take those, the ones I have. I have a whole container here. Just and do that. I'll probably just put a cup of water in the microwave and heat it up till it boils. Here's another one, the Krumbacher one. It's splayed out too. Ah! Well, I guess that's getting rid of. I have a lot of like really cheap brushes, so I can try it on them and see if it works. If it does, great. If not, no big deal. Need to sit down with hubby, probably, and just see, this is what I need to do. See, this one just came out of the bag, and it's not centered. It's a cheapy one, so. All my synthetic are splayed except my rosemary evergreen thin long flats and rounds. Do you do that oil thing? I've seen where people put like olive oil on their oil brushes. I know Kwang Ho, I saw a deal where he keeps his brushes in a container of canola oil because he uses them every day, and that way he's not cleaning them, and then when he does clean them, he just takes and wipes the olive oil off, and or not canola oil, and I even bought a container to do that with, and then I never did it. My painting was too sporadic. I think it might be, no, I started to say I think it's on the Rosemary & Co. brush cleaning video that he has on YouTube, but I take that back. But I know he talks about it. I can't remember where he talks about it. Because I took that, I was in the, I did the Portrait Society conference thingy online a few years ago, and I can't remember if it was part of it or if it was one of the MFA site that he has? Or what? But he was saying that it conditions it, and it keeps you from dip your brushes. I dip mine in safflower and then wash with Murphy oil soap. Use non-drying oils. I he doesn't dip it in canola oil. He has like a container of canola oil, and he sets the tips in it so it stays wet, and then he takes it out and wipes everything off. Yeah, I would think it would still have like the residue of it. I forget what I was trying to do, but apparently I had white or light on mine. I've seen where people use walnut oil to clean too, instead of using mineral spirits. I want a good mop for gouache and watercolor. I haven't found anything yet. Like something just wide and loose, so you can just. I wonder if like those Japanese brushes would. Mm, I just haven't done enough watercolor. Maybe I need to play with them just to do something different, like on my own. There may be some. I've got them, I just don't use them. I don't have good ones. I don't have like, oh, what's that brand that's supposed to be really good? I've been using, I use mineral spirits and I wipe them off really well. And then I use Dawn soap on them and rinse them really well. And then I shape them and then leave them to dry. I'll put the Dawn like in the palm of my hand and then, squish it around in there. And I don't think they're very, I know I keep going back to money, but I don't think they're very expensive either. I guess I'm just so used to not having um, disposable income that I grew up very money conscious. But my mother handled money wonderfully, I will say. It was definitely one of her strong suits. I have my watercolor quote-unquote brushes over here. I bought these off of Amazon, and I don't like them for what I do. I think they're more for a watercolor. There was a set of, I don't know how many, but it's Genix art brush, and then I've got, yeah, these bamboo brushes. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know I had that. I wonder where I got that at. I don't know where I got that one at either. That's cool. It's all in Chinese or whatever. I don't know. That's an authentic Chinese watercolor calligraphy brush, huh? I've thought about, I used to use Dawn soap too. It was one that, not Dawn, I'm sorry, Dove, you know, and even the shape of the soap square is like kind of cone shaped, so you've, or a curve to it, so you can even, and I've got Murphy's oil soap. Maybe I need to, I might clean mine with that today, just to see how I like it. Because I specifically asked husband many months ago if we had some, because I wanted to do that. I'm looking at what I've got on the screen and what I'm gonna start working on these arms. Little, he's got this very textured. It's like it's not, there's no real definition in it. Or I should say, there's definition, but there's not a lot of detail. Yeah, I think I'll try that this time. I mean, I've got it. I may as well try it. Have you got your book yet? I suppose you'd probably say if you did. So I have it. Mine's still saying it'll be here Sunday. I'm getting confused on what I've used and what I haven't used. Really? You might, looks very similar to it. My problem is with gouache, I can't build up on it. Um, you can't work layer on layer as much once because it re yeah, for me anyway, it doesn't. I Again, that's one of those things I have that maybe I need to get out just to do something different. It's at the terminal. Yes. Mine doesn't even say that yet. I don't know what it is about Amazon's tracking this. So it's like not sent, not sent, and then all of a sudden, boom, out for delivery. Yeah, I agree. And I've got one of the. I don't have the expensive or the the high quality kind. The only kind I really have is Hemi. One of those sets that like pops open and did you get a used copy or did you go to thrift books? I love thrift books. I should have looked there. I bet. What's the brand that everybody raves about? It's like I'm thinking watercolor. I'm not thinking gouache. That's my problem. awesome. I love thrift books. You don't get free shipping over $15? In Canada? I take it. Yeah, we get free shipping anything over $15 or over in an order. Yeah, Daniel Smith. It seems like I got... What did I get? One of them I got. I think it might have been the palette book I got from Thrift Books. When I was working at the library, a coworker, a young coworker, he was an aide, told me about Thrift Books. I've been indebted to him ever since. That's one reason I really love Thrift Books, is because the shipping's like that. I mean, I know it takes a while. There was a book I pre-ordered. What was it? Pre-ordered it on Thrift Books, I swear. I hope I didn't just pre-order the one I'm getting. Oh, I couldn't have because it's already out. Offers, my account. Yeah, I did get the artist palette from Thrift Books, but I don't see any pre-orders on here. I swear I did somewhere. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking, because I don't see it anywhere. And those are the only two companies I ordered books from. I see. I don't know, our shipping costs are going up. We mailed a package to daughter that's like 2 hours away. That was socks. My husband ordered them for himself. They're compression socks, and they were too small. My daughter's a nurse, and she said when she wears them, it helps her feet not to be as tired when she gets off. So we sent them to her. And it was like $12, I want to say. Oh, I threw in some pins too that I haven't been using. Some not like pasta pins, but the other alcohol ink pins. So I knew my grandkids would use them. I'm not going to use them probably before they dry up. So this arm's too thick. This way. Instead of being big back, she'd be big armed. That helped. I'm big armed, so I can say that. That's better. Add a little yellow ochre to that. Yes, it's not so harsh. Wow, I wish I'd gotten her fingers in this. They'd be right down here. In this, yeah, the bottom area. They like glow. It's that orangey light coming through. That needs to come over. Come on, baby. Get on over there. Poncho thinks I'm talking to him. Ooh. Am I talking to baby? I know this isn't like, oh, but I like it. I'm not being as critical of myself today. Is there a full moon? I can't decide how to do the unboxing. If I want to use my setup that I use for sprints, where I'm on there, or um, just use this the way it is. It's not dark enough. It's got like some greenish and peach in here. And there's a little purple. I don't know. I don't know. I know it's not exact, but I like it. It's got that feel of his to me so far. Boop. And again. I had a weird dream last night. I know that's random. I just am remembering it. Parts of it. Sorry, I'm a dream person. Hey, Horizon, what are you doing? What's up? What's up, dude? What are you doing? What are you working on today? Anything interesting? What you doing? We are hitting the 2-hour mark. What was I getting ready to do? Oh. I need to watch a good musical. I have not watched the new Snow White.